Welcome to another conversation with Bman. I don't know his real name, but he's gonna tell you right now. So namhlanje we're gonna have a conversation about ubomi and how he started music, and that's how we do conversation. We just talk and talk and talk and talk. We don't have rules out here. My G, Gren.
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Like now because we've been trying to set this up since last year, if I'm not talking crap. I always talk crap. So like now that's clearly happening now. Ndifuna uxelela abantu bami okay uB from Bman usukapi.
Okay guys, uB from Bman usuka from my second name which is Bulumko.
And your first name is?
Okay, my first name is Milonde Bulumko Mvuyelwa Nama. So I've got 3 names.
Yeah, I always thought Bman is half colored because of the accent, but I want to know where do you get the influence of, because it sounds a little bit colored. When you speak English though, because not in this course, like you can hear, okay?
Yeah. Funny thing is that like I think from Thornton Primary, like
Thornton, we be Thornton.
Thornton Primary is like Epping side.
Yeah.
Epping side, like school with a lot of colored people. Pinelands High, Bonnie. So yeah, I think that's where like you pick up your accent. But predominantly I pick up in Cape Town,
And then high school you go to?
I went to school here in Cape Town, Pinelands High.
Oh shit! Like
so I moved to Cape Town.
He's been colored his whole life.
No, I moved to Cape Town in 2011. So before that, in the Eastern Cape. Yeah. So then in 2011, I moved up where I started grade 6 to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So yeah, since I was 11, I've been here.
And where do you find yourself in between umculo?
Around about 2 years later after coming to Cape Town, like
2013.
2013 in high school, you know, I entered this one talent show in grade 8. Yeah, I entered a talent show.
Are you rapping or are you just singing?
No, I was rapping. Yeah. I entered a talent show over this other beat. About that time was doing instrumentals.
Instrumentals of Pizzo.
Yeah, Future, Pizzo, Rick Ross. Like, you know, these people also were doing instrumentals. So I entered this talent show, grade 8, and I didn't really feel what I was saying, like myself, because I know I mumble some of my lyrics and the sound, but it was the reaction that I got, like from my classmates, because I was performing in front of the whole grade. So the way they hyped me up, but no, I can do this thing.
At that time, like Gogo Sanzalewe, are you doing it using your own lyrics or are you using somebody else's?
I was writing my own lyrics that time.
You had started writing?
Yeah, I started writing. For the most part of that year, I was writing, but I didn't like have access to go record, or not that I didn't have access. Actually, I didn't know that. I didn't have the knowledge. But then, as time went, like grade 8, the talent show was at the end of the year. Grade 9, my music teacher started telling me, no, he has a studio. He has a microphone, he has everything, we can sort it out. So I started recording using Audacity. Audacity, that app. I started recording using that in his classroom. So every break, and
go to the studio.
Yeah, go to the studio after school.
At least you didn't have to bunk classes, so at least
when I was recording at school, but in grade 10, grade 11, so I then fell into that habit of like not going to school, because then I started, you know, getting like the know-how, the knowledge. I started getting connections like a Cape Audio. So I was like, shit. I was thinking about, damn, how am I gonna get to the studio and how am I gonna go to school? Because obviously I want to record in a big professional studio and whatever. So then I would use like the money that I get like in the week, save up for Friday, and then
lunch.
And then Friday I go to Mowbray, I take a train and I go there to Cape Audio, you know, started recording there also. Like that's the most part of how I got into music, through my music teacher, and then from there performing at school, like in assembly, at school stuff, like Grand West, competitions, all this stuff, you know, while doing that. And like I was like one of 2 rappers,
at the school.
Yeah, like that was entering. But there were other shortly after me, I felt as if other people felt as if like they could also do their thing. Or like they could come on. Because I was doing my thing. Like I was always, I'll do different, people never knew what to expect. Because
even now I think it's still the same thing because we do hear you on Iwezi Qom, we do hear you on Iwe, like Iwezi different, you can always hear Bman.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, like I don't want to
box yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to limit because I believe I can be great at both or at multiple things.
At that time, in the competition, who's your biggest influence? Oh no, go palayo and not recording. Who's your biggest influence?
That time, my biggest influence was two. This is gonna be funny. There was two. Like, growing up, I don't lie. Like I always loved the wrestling. Like WWE, I always loved wrestling. So I would always. Not John Cena. John Cena when I was young, like young. But when I started making music, it was Randy Orton. I think song like I hear voices in my head. That song, that song. Well, he was hearing voices talking to him, saying, "Bman, you can rap." I started there about that song, and then I just got into this habit of, like, I would print, like stuff of wrestlers like that inspired me, like their wins of them like holding championships and stuff. And then I would also, that time, I also liked listening to a lot of Lil Wayne and Drake. Listen to a little Lil Wayne and Drake since grade 3, since 2008, before I moved to Cape Town. So I was listening to a lot of Lil Wayne and Drake, all No Ceilings, like all those old tapes. But that time, I used to get tapes on Dat Piff. I used to listen to that guy. And then sometimes I would like write his lyrics or like take the beat, Lil Wayne or Drake, or like just so like I could like rehearse the song so I can rap it. Like especially that song 6 foot, 7 foot. I used to like, want to do that fast part. So I thought the best way.
I think it also improves your cadence. Because rap is like very tricky.
So I think the best way for me, I thought the best way for me to do that was to write those lyrics down and then I go.
How does he change his flow?
How does he make this word rhyme with that word? Or how does he, his rhyme scheme and stuff. So I used to look at things like that, especially with, obviously, with Drake. I used to look at like the storytelling. Okay, this is how he's telling the story about how he grew up, with his mother, and all this stuff, man. About how he had to act like a child who was in a wheelchair, all of those things. So I then started, I would say, picking up the storytelling part there. That's when I started writing music. But no doubt I had other influences already because growing up, I grew up listening to Kwaito, to house, to all types of music. Growing up. But
that's how you get your house influence.
Like you feel as a person. Because I mean, like all these places.
Do they know you can rap?
Yeah, they do know. Like I would say, like I'm more well known here, but they do know me about the park.
They appreciate you that side. This side they know you about.
They know me. But I wouldn't also say about. They really appreciate me there because I've only had played one gig there. Which is a sneaker exchange, but like the first sneaker exchange that launched there, I was performing there. But like people know me there, like people that I went to school with, for example. They know me there. Like just a couple of people, like for example, Lois from Ambitious. Me and him went to the same school.
Loiso, the one who won Idols.
Okay,
not won Idols. Shit. Come on, man.
I have to cut that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Sorry,
I think it was top 16.
Yeah.
But he's a great vocalist. So me and him went to the same school. And I think we were cool, and it kind of like started there because Nandiki, before I got to the boys' school, I went to a boys' school like from grade 4 to grade 6. So before I went there, like Sasiki choir.
You went to a boys' school?
Yeah, in grade 4 to grade 6.
Those stories don't tell a boys' school, are they true? Do you guys shake each other? Is it cap?
I don't know, I was too young that time. I didn't know about that. But it's crazy, man. Like a lot of stuff that happens at a boys' school, like it's crazy.
Were you quiet that time, or you've always been like this?
I feel like, I don't know, man. It's just, I would love some water.
Yeah.
I wasn't quiet. I don't know. How do you define quiet? Am I quiet now, or how would you say I am?
I'd say you are more like, I don't know, like as no for in your class, Corona.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I
think
nigga curved me.
like Mandela.
Nigga curved me. That's cool. It's cool. I would take that out.
No, I'd say like you're more. How do I put this? But I think it's close like unje or grand, like relaxile.
Yeah, I feel like
the far than Ndira. Yeah.
I feel like it's. I just feel like man, sometimes when you're in a place and there's a lot of other people, it's easy for you to get intimidated. Yeah, funny really like like your actual thoughts or your actual or you just rather keep it to yourself because you maybe fear what other people are gonna say. I feel like when I was young, I did suffer from a lot of that. Yeah, bro. Like even now, I think through the music, I'm really like starting to find my voice.
It's like your therapy.
Yeah, but even now, like in the music, like for example, what we just spoke about with Flash and Empty and Flame, I feel like I can't really speak about those things, or people look at me like you can't really have an opinion or say about a certain something because you don't have a voice yet. Whereas it's not like that. Like we all have a voice. The fact that like we can be sitting here as artists and having certain debates, certain opinion, it means that you have a voice. But I used to look down on that I have a voice, because like I said, like my fear was I didn't want like people to really
look at you that way.
Yeah, look at me that way.
What lowers your confidence, like you as Bman?
I would just say what lowers my confidence, or what used to lower my confidence, is obviously like people making fun of my weight, people making fun of my eyes, like the fact that they're not the same size. I would say like stuff like that.
Yeah.
That used to lower my confidence, but now I feel like I appreciate it now. Now I can even take my top off anywhere that I want. I don't care what people say.
Yeah, I think I've seen you even in a video. And you're like,
like now I don't really care what people say.
How did you work on yourself? Because when you really don't have confidence, because I've been there, like now I'd say what used to lower my confidence is that so I'd wear like imbahle's torn, and I'd wear what and I'd be wearing itegi, whereas I'm supposed to be wearing taffy
shoes.
So this was like it would really lower my confidence, but like I'd replace it like in the academics.
Yeah, you're
because at
intelligent.
school I was really I was really smart, so I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm wearing these jeans, but the A's, the A's.
Don't mess with
but
me.
like so, but I'd say when you improve on all of them. So how did you improve whatever that is, or did you improve it through the music?
Yeah, I think that's when like Ngolo like started playing a big role. But like I was saying, like I didn't even have confidence in what I was saying at that talent show. But when I saw band feel alive,
for the first time, people were like,
I was like, yo, I was thinking to myself, like, say, what if these Mayas are taking me for a puss?
Yeah.
They can't, because in real life, my mind. And then the more I started performing assemblies and singing about Dubai, okay, they liking my stuff. And then I started like posting on Facebook, like my raps, my links and stuff. Data file host, I was saying, okay, I can get 1,000 downloads. Okay, surely that means something. And then my next one, I can get 2,000 downloads. Surely that means something. So I feel like the music is what like enhanced my confidence. Because it just gave me something that I was like, okay, like this is real, man. Like Abandu, like those views, there's the actual people. They have no reason
to just go there.
To just go there. Can't learn by Bonai, can't learn by Filai. So that's what like pushed the confidence. And
so
then
you no longer feel like your weight is like something that would make someone look down on you, or come looking in your eyes.
I'm not worried. I'm not stressed actually. Like it used to be a thing, like I say, but now it's like, now the only reason now I will talk about my weight would be for my health. Like if I'm like, okay, now I'm seriously gonna gym. Now I'm seriously gonna look at what I'm eating. But like for now, I'm just
You're
gonna
just keeping it
live,
moving.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna keep it moving, just enjoy myself. Okay, when I feel like, okay, now I maybe wanna have a six-pack, I'm gonna do that. You know, Casper did it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't feel as if there's anything that would keep me back from doing that, but at the moment, like I'm kind of happy with how I look and how I am.
Yeah.
Not really happy with where I'm at in life, but I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I've also noticed about you is that you've always taken it as a business. You've never took it like this is my hobby. I'd say how you've positioned your brand as a Bman and how you prepare your rollouts and how you always push yourself, because I don't think when I manage or whatever. Yeah. But your name is always out there.
I've never had one, bro.
Where do you get the information in good?
I research for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I watch stuff on YouTube. I analyze what other people are doing, obviously, like other artists, but not so much of what they're putting out, but what they're doing.
The background data.
Yeah, like that's what I'm like really interested in. Yeah, about to see, okay. So like I was saying, I couldn't record for a certain period of time when I started writing because I didn't have the knowledge. Yeah, but and then I acquired the knowledge. I started recording and releasing, but now I had to then go back and acquire the knowledge of how am I really gonna sell this music, or how am I gonna convert this into something that's gonna, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, like come back and help me or help my family or people, yeah, bro. Because I'm sure like the feelings that I share, like the happiness, the sadness, I can also share that with people, yeah, but people can relate. So I've always just learned by just seeing, yeah, bro, seeing and just analyzing, watching stuff on YouTube now, of course, and like reading. Yeah, bro.
You read a lot. Because I see like for Umno who doesn't have a manager, your name is out there. I kept you not. Like Bakona who are just pushing, but like your name is still out there. Yeah, but if you can have like a couple of people just pushing your stuff and you can really be that guy, like be huge. And when you were at your peak, something happened, yeah, bro. And I think I'd assume by change your career.
Yeah, definitely.
So, when that girl came out and said, "Okay, Bman did this to me," did you reach out?
I did reach out to her. Like, obviously at the time, it was still fresh. Like it was just, for me, it was the first time like something like that happened. Yeah, so it was like, okay, what do you do now? Okay. Like, do you now, like, what do you do, like, if something like that happens? So I thought about it. I got advice from people, and the smartest thing that I was advised to do is actually reach out to the girl. And I did do that, and I went to her house, and her statement to me was that she didn't post that, her cousin posted that.
Oh, shit.
And then, like, from there onwards, it was just a whole...
It was messy.
Yeah, it was a messy thing, but I would like to feel as if myself and that girl at the time actually resolved it then. Yeah, bro. So ever since then, like, we haven't communicated since. But
is she still around?
I would like to think so. Yeah, but I would like to think so. I haven't seen her since, but I have communicated with her, and it just everything for me, just like the times and the events, didn't make sense. But that's a story for another day, bro. I'm saving that for my biography.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for my documentary, man. Like, when I start going, when I write my book, yeah, but because I feel like that's one point in my career which it has led a lot of people to be too worried about it.
And have like, a lot of misconception.
Yeah, misconception about, no, he's actually this kind of person, or he's this person. Yeah, but, and I just feel as if it's just so like difficult to really also as a person like come out and say,
oh, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that. Or
it didn't happen that way.
It didn't happen that way, because of how serious the topic is in our country.
Especially right now.
Especially right now. Yeah, but it's a serious thing. So I wouldn't want to just go there and say whatever and then offend people who have like been experienced it and went through the trauma and everything like that. So that's why I don't like to speak about it that much, but I would open it to advise. I would open up to it to advise other artists, other people who can easily get swayed in this whole thing. Like I'm not saying like it's not serious. It is serious. However, it is very questionable.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want about it to have like a misconception, but at the same time I can't go speak about it just yet because it's a serious thing, and the only time where I feel like I could really open up about it is if like action was taken, like, and we actually went the legal route, then I'd be able to obviously
speak your side of the story.
Yeah, but knowing, but for now it's just like I feel as if it was done with malicious intent. Yeah, but and I've seen it. It happens the whole time. It's just like it's a certain group of people who are always making sure like, okay, like for when I was supposed to perform at Ricky Rick.
How did you feel when that happened?
Yo, bro. I'm so happy.
You announced as like one of the, what was it?
It was like, so here's the thing, right? Fuck it, I'm gonna open up about it. Here's the thing. So yeah, like, Ricky was always following me.
Yeah, I remember.
Since 2014.
Yeah.
Nah. Before I even really did music, like when SA Hip Hop was still starting, and he just started his account, like I was one of the lucky ones to get like a follow back that time ever. So he was always following me, and it was always like for me when it happens, like finally. But I didn't see it as like, yes, it was a huge thing, but it felt as if like I always known this guy like through his music, because I was listening to it. But so how the whole thing happened, right? Like, so I was on Twitter, 2018 now, after the whole like allegation. On Twitter now, just dropped my first, not my first song, my first video, Zanti Hancho. And I was just like pushing that on Twitter, you know, just spamming it everywhere, you know, spamming it. And then Audio Mark saw it, Nasty C's DJ, Audio Mark saw it, so he retweeted it. And I think he sent it to Ricky or something like that. But a couple of people saw it, you know. Saudi saw it. Nigga said I sound like Casper. About Saudi saw it. And then, yeah, Audio Mark somehow got it to Ricky, and then Ricky reached out. Yeah, but he posted it, yeah, but like day 2018, like day August, yeah, but he posted it on his story about damn, you know, Cape Town is next and shit, yeah, and that's the time when D was also, you know, causing trouble, like really, who was it, yeah, bro? That year. So he reached out to me and then dropped the song, like people were loving the song. 2019 came, he was like, okay, he's coming down to Cape Town, yeah, about this fashion week, AFI or something.
AFI, and that thing is big.
That thing is huge, man, that thing is huge. And I really think I didn't have any idea that time about how huge it was. I didn't even know what I'm entering. I'm entering into a whole fashion. Same time. I was like, okay. But then I saw again, okay, yeah, it's way in this fashion. So he hit me up, and he was like, okay, look, enter this competition. Yeah, but I need you to enter this thing, and we're gonna perform. So I wouldn't say like it was rigged. It wasn't rigged, but like I entered and people commented. Yeah, but I made sure like I get people to comment also and like my Sherish and tag Ricky so that and tag the fashion show as well so that they can see okay, now there's fucking 800 comments, there's 700 comments. Like people want this. Spoke to Ricky like the day on the thing. So he was like, okay, yeah, he's going into the seminar. Yeah, but he's gonna go into the seminar, and after the seminar, he's gonna hit me up, and then we're gonna link up. Yeah, well, it was still the morning time. Speaking there, and I was speaking about my track Andizi. I was like, yo,
you're speaking to Ricky.
Yeah. So it was like, and that time I just dropped like Mzansi Hancho, the album. It's like, yo, that track is hard, boy. I'm doing that track. It's like, yeah, after this we must catch a vibe, we'll go to the studio, but I want to hop on that track. And the previous year he had requested me to send him Mzansi Hancho, the WAV, so I thought, okay, maybe he's gonna give me like the Ricky stimulus package, like he did with Frank Casino, all those people. I was like, okay, I'll wait for this. I sent him the stuff, and then on that morning, then he was like, okay, yeah. Then he posted me, and then bro, started trending there on Twitter. Started trending there on Twitter. People saying I did this, people saying I did that, and people saying, nah, you guys are just capping on the nigga, bro, because, you know, like supporters will always have a different perspective. That's the thing about being an artist. Like there's always gonna be
people who are ready to defend you all the time.
English, the antagonist and the protagonist. That's how it is. Like there's always gonna be that, bro. So that was happening, and then Ricky just called me like after it was trending now the whole thing, and now he's like has replied to people. Now I'm seeing screenshots, but this nigga like really just we've taken him off boy, and I hadn't been informed. Now seeing those screenshots going around, and then he called me and it's like, hey boy, my boy, would have been nice to rock tonight, but blah blah blah. But I understood also where he's coming from, because
he was trying to protect his brand. I feel like it was not even just about his brand, but because there was other people involved, he couldn't just, from his perspective, just be like, because he doesn't know. We've never met. He doesn't know the story. But because it was on Twitter there, it was going there on Twitter, and me, myself, I decided, I don't want to be on Twitter. I felt as if it's too negative for me. But like, as much as it was good for promoting music, but people would still like say like negative shit, like make fun of you, like fucking make fun of your shoes, for example. Like take a picture like with this dirty shoe, they zoom in and be like, look at his foot. Why didn't you wash your shoes?
Why does his foot look like a fat cook? So it's crazy shit like that.
But I think that's why also it's not wise. Well, you are a public figure and you always posting your kids and you're always posting your partner. They always find something to say.
Have a fact. So that was the thing with Ricky. So that was then, but I mean, he still follows me.
Do you guys still speak? When was the last time you spoke?
The last time I spoke to him was when I dropped Andizi music video. That was the last time I spoke to him. Like when I dropped the Andizi music video, which was last year in October. No. That was in 2019. 2019 October. That's the last time I spoke to him. And then I lost my phone, I lost his number, and then it was just like, we follow each other on Instagram, but I never hit him up. I never put his number again.
When you're going through the process of trying to sort out whatever, ne? Ubuzo perform a fashion show. What advice does he give you as Uriki?
For that night?
What advice does he give you? No, come back to okay, look. We are cutting you out because of your past, you did this and this and that. What advice does he give you?
He was like, you know what? He was just like, what did he say? He was like, yo man, we can't rock tonight because of what's going on. He didn't really go into depth about it, but what's going on, like I'm sure you've seen. He asked me, do I have iMessage? I was like, nah bro, I'm only on WhatsApp. I'm not there yet. So he wanted to send me, I'd assume a screenshot, but then he didn't. I don't know why. And he called me and he's like, we can't rock tonight, but maybe one day, when things are much better, we'll link up. And I was like, I understood. But he didn't really talk to me, and I would assume it's because of the environment that it was in at the time. I can imagine it being a hostile place with energy just saying or maybe trying to single him out as you're the bad guy for bringing this guy here, I imagine something like that, but I'd like to feel as if, he I don't see him having done anything wrong for that, but also I just wish maybe he had reached out and actually asked what actually happened. And not just
go with the flow.
But because sometimes I feel like people these days, that's what they do, which is understandable to a certain extent.
Do
you know what I mean? to a certain extent, because he's also like, I would say, an artist, a father figure, a brother to a lot of people. Like, he could have, if he was really maybe that interested to work with me, or he was really feeling me that much, I feel like he could have taken the time maybe to find out what actually happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it though. I'm cool with it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, you went quiet for some time.
After that, 2019. Yeah, after that happened, 2019. So I just left Cape Town. I went back to PE. I went back to Zwide. To my
From
home
where
state.
Siyakolis is from?
Yeah.
Serious?
I went back there. Yeah, my
So
aunt lived there. Yeah, up in Cape Town though.
Oh, Zangambona
Up
pa.
at Pinelands, I saw him.
Yeah.
So I decided that year, okay, let me go back home. I just felt like, you know, like that energy that I felt wasn't nice, because it was just like you know, like you almost thought,
Hit the
yo, bro,
placebo.
like, yo, this is, you know,
Yeah.
it's a Ricky Rick stimulus package.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and then just boom, and then I was just like, okay. And then that also like revealed a lot of things, like about the people who are around me. But because when they saw by, yo, damn, like, yo, Ricky Rick's liking your stuff, he's commenting on your stuff, a lot of people wanted to
Be closer.
yeah, to be closer to me. Yeah, but like the homie I mentioned earlier, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be your photographer for the night. I'm gonna be your videographer, I'm gonna be your manager, this and that and that. You know, like people already saw employment titles in my career, in my life. And I think that's one of the other reasons why I would say I don't really have a manager as of yet. I'd rather prefer doing everything by myself. But as of yet, like if I'm gonna do something with someone, I say, yeah, it's okay, it's contractual, I paid for it, this is the service I must get, and this is what you must get, boom. Do you know what I mean? Like regardless of what happens. Yeah, well, so yeah, that what happened, and then like it just showed me by, yo, bro. And then also like I couldn't, it was just tough for me to just like be like, yo, I'm gonna focus now. It was just tough because it also like kind of ruined my album's rollout. But because I planned like, yo, bro, like when I was at the bush, I had sleepless nights about thinking about my album, like telling niggas when we out back in the streets, go check me out, man, on YouTube, go sub to me, bro.
Yeah.
And then now I went back to PE. I worked for a couple of months, for 2 months, and I was working there, like making music there, seeing some family, just catching up with some friends. And then when Sneaker Exchange announced that they're gonna come to PE, so I hit them up, and I was like, okay, look, I'm here, you know, and I've represented you guys in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And now if you guys are coming to my city, put me on. Put me on. So yeah, they put me on, and then that was then me telling myself, you know what?
I can still do this again.
Yeah, like, I won't stop just because like a couple of people, they don't like me. A couple of people have negative stuff to say about me. I won't stop because of that. But I'm gonna keep it moving. And then that's when I then started to build again. Because even though that happened, like I was also getting advice from other people, like Audio Mark, like Narcissus DJ, who informed me, like, you know, someone close to him went through something similar, and years later, you know, the truth came out and it was cleared, you know. But the problem is that with people, like, we genuinely feed easier into bad news rather than good news. And I think it also then comes back to where we are. We're in a third world country. There's more bad than good in the guy. But and only I feel like 2% or 3% yabandu is on the just good, because it's hard. Like everywhere you go, it's on the news, it's on newspapers, it's around you. You can see like people are struggling right in front of you. Like it's just so it's tense. That's what I can say. It's tense, bro.
If you were to make money out of music, like a lot of money, what would you do?
If I was to make money out of music, a lot of money, I would say the first thing that I would do.
I'm saying regarding to the state of the country right now.
The state of the country. I would try to open up maybe like a center, bro. like a center for artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, but artists, like there's a lot of abantu bafuna bazi artists but abayazi ba bangena njani.
They don't have the information.
Yeah, they don't have the information. Abanye banayo information, but then they don't have the funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I would like to like open a range, yeah, which will just allow people to just come work. Come work like an NGO type of thing, but for music, I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And
because those artists are also coming from crazy, broken places.
Yeah.
Like it's a sad place to be a child growing up in South Africa. It's not only sad Ipswich Bako, but it's sad up here as well in your mind. Mentally, because growing up, like there's some things that I've had to experience as a person, but I've never known how I'm gonna talk about it to another person. Yeah, but like say, where do I even begin to explain where do I even begin? Yeah, but and it's not, and then you get to that point where you can't even talk to your family about it because if families that we come from, they like, as much as yes, they've done great for us, there's still that element of toxicness whereby you opening up to someone, they'll then later use it against you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, but so as easy, you know, sometimes I just prefer, you know what, I keep it to myself or other things I'm saving to put on the music. Yeah, but like, let me rather, if I'm gonna say it, let me rather say it there. That's how I feel confident about saying it, you know.
Did you grow up not having some stuff?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things, bro. A lot of things, you know. Some things which are just like discovered now, like
this shit actually affected me.
Yeah, like yo, it actually affected me.
Do you know what causes anxiety?
What?
It's like the thoughts that you have, but subconsciously.
Yeah, and I would like to think, Namba, I think a lot. Like, I think a lot, bro. Like, I think sometimes that's why sometimes you might see me smoking maybe weed or something. That's because I don't want to be in those thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'll just smoke to relax, and now I know, okay, yeah. Not to say that when I'm not smoked up, I can't survive or anything like that, but it just to help me be mellow. It's like for me, I'd see it like an antidepressant. Yeah. They're gonna go use their pills, their tablets, and what? Me, I'm gonna keep it natural. Yeah, bro. And it's the only thing I do really. Yeah, bro. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I don't keep it calm, and just to also assess it.
Have you thought about going to a therapist or?
Yeah, I'm actually working on that right now, but it's costly, but I'm working on it.
Yeah,
like,
it's really costly.
Yo, bro.
Like it's like sometimes the cheapest could be 500 a session, and like, yo,
you must plug me with the 500. Plug me with the 500 one, because the one that I have right now has quoted me 2.7 for 3 sessions.
Yo.
And that's just for me alone. But ultimately, I would like to also like take my family there, because I feel like
they also need some.
Yeah, they also need some, and I feel like because I am who I am, they've also like kind of been affected by to me indirectly or even directly. For example, my mom is a teacher to high school students. She teach in Langa, she teach Epinelands. Like students, they know of me, they know my music. So it's like now, you know, it affects them. Because sometimes when I drop stuff or people are talking about it, sometimes she can't teach because students are interested to know. Misu Bman kupe Andizi, Misu Bman te what. But Misu Bman post anything. Yeah, mo.
Bman posting nudes.
Yeah, but Bman only fans. So it affects them. Yeah, but now we affect them. But also I feel like now things that they've had to like go through. Yeah, because it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy, it's crazy.
Let's leave the deep shit. Let's leave the deep shit now.
Yeah, but you must plug me with the 500 session.
Let's wrap up the controversial parts. Flash recently blocked you.
He unfriended me and deleted my number.
What happened?
Hey guys, it's confusing. Comments anyway, like I just posted a picture on a video on Valentine's Day, like of a video that I took like around in December.
Yeah.
So the situation is that in this video, this controversial video, which has now been made to be controversial. In this video, I'm listening to a song by Flame featuring Dimondes or Dimondes. Dimondes, la track of FaceTime. I'm not gonna lie, that track is dope, it's on the
really
chart.
Dope. Like Flash is, I mean, who's this? Flame is really dope.
That track is on the chart. I'm listening to it, and now I get a text from Flash Kumgan on some, oh, you fuck with Flame.
Yo. Oh shit.
Like, okay. And now it's at night, it took me like about 30 minutes or an hour to respond to that text because I was thinking, okay, what is up with this?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yo man, Flame is a great artist, but I don't like what is happening with him in MT.
What was the reply?
I even quoted, I was like, look actually, but I was like, Flame is a great artist, but I don't fuck with what's going on between him and MT. I don't like the fact that he disrespected MT for clout. You know what I mean?
Who started it?
Hey man, at this point I don't really care who started it. But yeah, so here's it. You see, he's online, so he just deleted my number.
Yeah.
You see.
Fuck the Flame. I think he's a good artist. I just don't like what's happening now with him and MT though. I'm not happy with how he's disrespected MT like that for clout.
Yeah, so who started it, it doesn't matter. But personal opinion, we can't really compare MT and Flame because they both have something that the other doesn't have.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna compare MT and Flame, it's stupid, it's unnecessary, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It would be like comparing Bravo and Younger.
Yeah.
It's incomprehensible. That was my point. Yeah. And that's why I refuse to be in conversations of me having to say who's greater than
and
when they're not even in the same league.
Sides.
Not even about two sides.
So what are you gonna do? Unfriend you na go unfriend you na go Facebook.
Nah, man.
Did you reach out and say like, yo?
Nah, I haven't reached out yet. Like, nah, I think I like to be understanding of people's situations.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why do you think he deleted your number and like just unfriended?
I think maybe it's because of the tension there, in his camp, or in his area about that particular person. Flame song,
but I would post a Flame song.
Yeah, like I think you should post it and maybe see what it's gonna say. Or maybe, if not, then maybe he would have something personal against me. I don't know. But when he was here in Cape Town, I didn't see anything that would give me that impression. Like we've done songs, multiple songs, and I've never gotten that energy. So with that particular post, I didn't understand. Because I even went on to elaborate, but to compare the two doesn't make sense.
I saw the post.
And did I cap there on that post?
Nah, the thing is I don't even like engaging in those.
Yeah, you don't like engaging in those, but did I cap?
No, you didn't.
Because I don't think we can compare someone, let's say for example, someone who's in high school to someone who's in primary. Because when say primary, the person in high school can do, and that other person can't do what that person
They've
can
forgotten what they did in grade 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like not the same.
Yeah.
And I mean, MT has 4 awards statistically, musically. That's what's about fun. That's what about fun. And everyone knows, but MT is my goat. MT is my G. I look up to MT. But I also highlighted the fact that I didn't mess with him, like bringing up metric in music.
Yeah.
Like, that's also another stereotype that we gotta get rid of. Like, in order to be successful, doesn't mean you must have a matric certificate. Y'all let me know if I'm capping. There's so many artists that don't have a matric certificate, but they're still doing well.
And rich as fuck.
And rich as fuck. So low way, like it was just for me. I just feel like MT should have never replied to that.
Yeah.
Never. Because the Kabilan Flame, he lied. All the boy. Lied. And it can't, he shouldn't have. Yeah, bro, because you're an OG, you have your status. Now, when you're gonna reply to something like that, it's like, nah, man, some things are unnecessary.
They really aren't.
They're unnecessary. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, he opened the way for a nigga like him to thrive. Do you know what I mean? So,
Bman spitting some bars.
But guys, but anyway, but with the Flash situation, I spoke to Messiah about it. I spoke to Joe Bad, asked him, yo, bro, like, what's up? Like, what do you guys think of this? And they were like,
niggas are just being niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because now I'm going I'm not beef now, I am. Yeah, bro. But yeah, if you're not beef now, that's I. But I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah. Let's speak about your girl.
My girl. Okay.
I see Johnny Ketchil and it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a minute.
How did you guys decide that we're starting it out?
Hey man, it was through a lot.
Because you guys were friends, ne?
Yeah, we're friends for a while.
Yeah.
And I think what irked her is the fact that, like, I would talk to her, then like I was inconsistent. I'd just be like that type of guy, but oh Pete, let's go out, let's go to Rocco Mamas, let's go to Japan. I was Felicia, Monsieur Paul. Drop her at home and then I just move on with life, yeah, bro. And then yeah. Like one thing about me is communication. About binders, about the numbers. Just change like phone. But I have a bad history with the phones, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So it was the thing of that, and even when I went to PE, like I was there for 2 months, I never spoke to her, like all those things, yeah, bro. But I decided then, like when I was back in Cape Town, like we just started speaking. Even when I wanted to initiate the whole thing of like, yo, let's, I want you.
Let's try it out.
Bro. I sent the message and didn't speak to her for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, because I was just caught up with my own life. And then like we spoke and then we were like, yeah, like, well, why don't we just, because we like each other, we like each other's company. Nah, she's also into music, yeah, and we just decided, you know, like we're gonna do it. And she's very supportive. That's one thing about her. You know, she's very supportive.
Does she keep you grounded? Because when you mean, explain, baby, sit down, and I was like, this nigga, what's going on? Just say your things and then go. Does she keep you that grounded?
Yeah, I mean, that day was also a Sunday, so her concern was that, like, if you're going out now to go support Flash and Bravo at this gig, what about work tomorrow? You have to go to work. And so she was just reminding me, like, okay, how are you gonna get home? Like all these things, Yeah, I would say like if you determine keeping grounded like that, then yeah, she does.
She does.
Like I would say she's very caring, she's very loving. You know, she has my best interest at heart.
Yeah, because I'd say I've seen a lot of discipline on how you move right now and how you post this in those and like, okay, there's a lot of respect around Lomdu right now, like as compared to because obviously you're a guy, so you post this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. So like, you no longer do it, go like shobo, yeah. So but like moving out of personal, and how are you trying to go with direction of the music?
Your direction of the music now. Now what I'm looking at is just obviously I'm aware of everything that's going on around me. I'm aware, you know, like I'm aware of what's going on the radio. I would like to think I'm aware of what's happening in the streets. Yeah, well, even though I'm not really in the streets, but who is in the streets really now? Like during lockdown and whatever. Yeah, but like, you know, so but I'm aware of
the streets is home.
Yeah, the streets is home. The streets on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook. Yeah, but even in that realm, like the aware, okay, Yanni is tall. So the way I want to move now with music, like with this whole Xhosa trap wave, new age spaz, I will get to that. That's happening. Yeah, but like that's very debatable topic as well. With this whole thing that's going on, since now we are giving it a title. Because I mean I've been doing it also, but we've all been doing it. In fact, but I
feel like you guys are not really sure. You were
if
doing
you
it,
want
but
to.
like, yeesh,
Yeah.
must like really do this.
50%.
But right now, like
Yeah.
you're doing it hard.
Yeah.
It's like
Now you
100% on the reps.
Yeah, I think also ilawe yoba like awufunu like you mhlawumbe insecure about anything.
Yeah.
Like you may be like awufunu vela like boom. Because you must also like sometimes I feel like how associated like nabantu bezinye races like you want to also make something that's gonna cater for them, not knowing that what you actually have is like really special.
Because there's like a lot of people who understand
Yeah.
Tini,
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there's abantu understand
African salad.
city. What's this?
African salad.
Maybe it's way sushi, no. Like we don't eat that in the hood.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But not what I want now is obviously just to explore the coast. Yeah, well, like when I mean the coast, Western Cape, Eastern Cape, KZN, because that's what I feel like
Your market is at.
Yeah, I would say not necessarily my market, but that's where I want to grow. And I want to be able to go
to
a
expand
small
your
town
brand.
and know that I'm gonna fill up in that small town.
Yeah.
I can get 100 people. You know, if I go to, you know, wherever, you know, like Bandi Tinaga, Eastern Cape, that's okay. Banbazozwakal. I know I can activate there. I can get it started. You know, like that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, but which I feel like also Chrome then comes in. Yeah, but like that side of me because Chrome is really big on the coast. And when I look at the streams of the Chrome track I did with Mr. Taylor, Bees and Setro Beats, like that's like stream like mainly on the coast. Yeah, but and that's like Chrome and like hip hop trap. Yeah, but we mixed it. Yeah, but so I was like, okay, I was looking at that. I was like, and the analytic and the algorithm has no reason to lie. Yeah, but like this is a proven winning formula. And then what I also, that's like one of the things that I looked into, like when it comes to Chrome and all that stuff. And then with hip hop, what I realized is that hip hop people keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like when I say hip hop people keep it moving, that's like every day there's something new.
Yeah.
Like every day there's something
Even with
new.
the music.
Like my target market in the hip hop, I realized, okay, is mainly, I would say, like 18 to 24, but that is also not accurate because 18 and below, we existing there.
Yeah.
But then that below is not really able to be traced online because it's below the 18 mark.
Yeah.
But we are alive there. We are alive. Then 1824, I realized that that 1824 is like the streets. Yeah, but those are the streets, and the streets, like, if I'm gonna do hip hop or do hip hop like more consistently, I need to like feed them. I need to make something that it's gonna be them.
Yeah.
For them. Yeah, but and then maybe
something that they speak about.
Yeah, sometimes then I'm gonna be for the ladies. Yeah, but it's the streets, and when I say streets, it's mainly the type of music that I make is mainly like a lot of guys that listen to it.
Yeah.
But a lot of niggas that listen to it. Yeah, well, because I mean, I could say it's a melodic rap, it's a arrogant rap, it's an egotistical rap, it's a lot of things that people that will relate to in niggas. Yeah, well, so in niggas like, okay, yeah, niggas, I can see them. It's mainly them, and then with a certain percentage of females, well, which is obviously what I've now picked up and realized that, okay, I need to collab with more female rappers, female producers and stuff, which is obviously like I'm working on. So with music, that's how I feel like, that's where I stand. But collaboration-wise, I would say like I'm working with a couple of like the Kosa rappers that's coming up now. Like I started like seeing, okay, no, this thing is like really gonna work. It's really gonna pop off soon. And me expanding to other people in other provinces, that's also a good sign of growth. So I started doing that. So I have King Joe, an EP. I have no King Joe, right?
Yeah.
Who else is there? Okay, I don't know.
He used to have Flash before he...
I would like to say I still have Flash because we have got a tough joint. We got a tough joint, man. We got a tough joint to Rest, and he knows that Rest is a tough joint because I posted it in my status and I was recording it, and it's like, put me on.
Yeah.
So he knew, like, and yeah, well, it's a tough joint, yeah, but. So yeah, he's there, and who else we got? Okay, we got Legend, who I'm gonna link up with now, and then I have that. those 3 Xhosa rappers so far, and then I've got like, you know, the more of the melodic rap side that I like to like tap in for myself when I'm in my fields. So with that side, I've worked with artists like Cash CPT, J Clue. I don't know if you know J Clue.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got J Clue there. So it's a lot of joints that are just chilling, you know, that's just chilling there. Because I mean, I like to just make music and I move on, make music and I move on and I move on and I move on. So now it's just about a thing of, okay, now we're sitting down and we're gonna assess, okay, what do we do first? Are we gonna do with the chrome first? Or are we gonna do with the hip hop? Yeah, well, but I know if I do the chrome first, that's gonna really like elevate my name to be more heard, and it will give me more chances of like playing gigs in the coast. Yeah, but more chances of touring the coast, more chances.
I think you should do that.
You think I should do that?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna pop off.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it always or focalistic, big, because Banana Fear, they just go with
and
the
they
sound.
Embrace their sound. You see, my piano's big there in PTA in Josie, and they embrace that. Like say, people like Kaslabo, that's what they want. So yeah, like it's what, you know. But yeah, like obviously, like if I get into chrome everything, it's a good thing to do. Like it's not a bad thing because it's music. Look at Durban, about Zakwe, Duncan, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Okalimalum, they're doing it, and it's working for them. About that, they got the coast there. So it doesn't mean just because now I'm not doing chrome and I'm gonna do it in my way and I'm gonna trap on it, I'm gonna rap on it. I don't feel like it would make me less of an artist, but instead it would just show people how versatile, how available I am.
Before we like wrap it up, like those EP plans that you think people should know, Bman, because I think this should be out in like a few weeks or even in a week.
Okay, so obviously now the whole I've started my own label, Untitled Records. Yeah, I'm just waiting on my business registration number to come through.
Yeah. So that's dope. Congrats.
Yeah. All right, thanks, bro. So I've started that. So with that platform, my plan was to make distribution to online platform more accessible and more easier to people, because I know most artists don't really like to sit down and read and be hands-on with the way Ngolo Wabo gets out there. You know, people just expect I'm just gonna upload the song and then boom, you know. So with that, yes, we've got the records, Untitled Records, which is the record label of which I'm the only artist on it right now, because I don't want to have that responsibility of signing someone. But what we're also doing is Mzansi distribution, where now we're helping just people put on their music on Spotify, Apple. So it's a one-time fee, and we handle all the admin. You know, they still keep their money, whatever.
Yeah, I think with that also, I asked you, are you guys using DistroKid?
Yeah, we're using DistroKid.
I think you should
the record label plan.
I think you should not, Yabo. You should start your own distribution
platform.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can.
As time goes. Definitely.
We can always talk.
Yeah, I just need to
outside camp.
Yeah, I need to get the knowledge on how do I start that up.
Yeah,
because I know now, the reason why that platform is offering that record label plan is because there's a demand.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using that. Even big labels are all using TuneCore, CD Baby. You know, all these platforms. Yeah. So I was trying to do something like that. But if I'm not trying to, I am doing something like that. Yeah. So yeah, if there's anyone in the comments who wants to talk to me about a potential job, hit me up.
Yeah.
Might be looking for people soon.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's been a great conversation, Joe. I wish we didn't have time. Pleasure.
Nah, it's fine, man.
We could have done 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever. Thanks for pitching up and then speaking to us about a lot of stuff. I'm sure Banisa Bandu who have been trying to hear what you just said, from Qalin about everything that you said. So I'd say Ngos, if you don't follow Bman, follow him on Instagram. It's
at Melodic Bman and Facebook also at Melodic Bman. Oh, another thing is that I just recently changed my name from Bman, on the DSPs to Melodic Bman, because when it was just Bman, it was getting mixed up with a lot of other Bmans all over the world, and that wasn't really giving me a proper view of my analytics and my algorithm. So it's Melodic Bman. All my future releases now will be under Melodic Bman.
Melodic
So,
Bman, you got it. Bye-bye.